It's Casual Gaming Dad here. Not once, twice in one day because we got more Diablo 4 updates. Excuse the hair. I left my hat out and I'm just gonna wing it. Another video, gameplay guide from Wudijo, courtesy of Blizzard, of course, and let's take a look. Let's see what he has to say. This is really exciting. Leading into our stream next week. Obviously as the game gets closer, we're gonna see just a lot more, hype building up to it, and this is what we expect. So here we go.
Hi everyone, my name is Wudijo, I'm a Diablo content creator and I'm here to bring you a guide on Diablo 4's open world and gameplay activities. I already made another video talking about the skill tree, character customization and how to make a build work, and here...
Can I just say I like what the way he talks and his body language and the eyebrows and stuff. It's he does it really well. He really does.
We want to go more into details of what you can actually do once you have made your build. First of all, you need to know that Diablo 4 is designed to give you as much choice as possible at every point you go. So when you start off with your first character, you do the prologue in Act 1, you go to Kiovashad, the main city in Fractured Peaks, the first region of the game, and then you are left on your own. And you have lots of different things you can do. In your first playthrough, you generally want to start with the campaign, or at least keep an eye on it on the side while you go explore. Because you have to actually complete a campaign at least once on your account to unlock the higher difficulty settings and get into endgame later. So
I think that's really interesting. This is definitely a very different take. Although in Diablo 3 you could technically go straight into adventure mode, right? With the later characters, but because monsters scale to your level, and maybe he's going to mention that and whatnot, but you can kind of go wherever you wish for the most part, I believe. So that's kind of interesting. Different take. It's got pros and cons.
This is something you should focus on. But outside of that, you can just walk out of town and start exploring the world, start doing dungeons, and
maybe we're going to find out later more optimal ways to level up for subsequent characters if you don't want to go through the campaign. So
there's nothing really holding you back. There are maybe some high-level zones that you can't really deal with yet, but as you progress and get stronger, you can also unlock more and more parts of the world. Enemies in the game generally scale to your character level. So this means that as you level up, so will
there
the
he
monsters.
goes.
And if there are some zones that unlock at higher levels, they will also start scaling from that point on. This system gives you a lot of freedom in what you're actually doing and at what time. So when you're starting out, you can go explore different parts of the world, and there's not this one set path that you have to follow. Your experience with the game and the content that you see might be completely different from that of your friends, or even when you make a second character, you can just go a completely different route.
Yeah, you can. Maybe, I like the Fractured Peaks a lot in that area and I want to do just events and dungeons in that area. Or maybe because I make a certain character, excuse me, and there are dungeons that benefit me or my class more, and so I'm going to go and focus on leveling up in that area. I think that's very interesting. I like it, and I'm very open to see how it feels to do it that way.
And see a lot of other parts of the world. You don't need to wander around aimlessly. There's always something to do, some objectives to follow, but if you decide to just go out and explore on your own pace, you'll also find a lot of interesting things. Besides the main storyline that you should complete at least once on your account, there's also the renown system that rewards you for completing certain objectives the first time, with powerful bonuses that apply to all of your characters, such as extra skill points, potion slots, and even paragon points that you can spend later on to boost your overall character power. And the best part about this is that these bonuses apply to all of your characters. So when you start a second or third character later down the line, you will already have certain skill points unlocked. You will be more powerful.
Oh, beautiful looking character.
And you can still go and explore a different area of the world that you haven't fully done yet. The map of Sanctuary is split into 5 major regions on launch, which are Fractured Peaks, Skosglen, Dry Steppes, Kyrgyzstan, and Havazar. And each of them offers their own renown rewards. So you want to go around the entire map and complete various objectives in each of those regions to unlock everything in the end. Some examples of renown activities include side quests. So as you go around the world, for example in towns or sometimes out in the world, you might find a drop or an NPC that talks to you and gives you an objective, you can complete those and get experience rewards and renown points. And this renown system stacks up these points, and then eventually you reach certain thresholds where you get those rewards in several different steps. Similarly, you can complete dungeons. Aside from their codex of power rewards that allow you to imprint legendary aspects on your items from the occultist, they also give you renown, so you want to go around and complete at least various dungeons at least once to get those renown points. And you also get some extra points for exploration. You can run around the world and get a few points, or you can find those altars of Lilith that, in addition to giving you more renown, also give you a character stat boost. These altars are hidden all around the world of Sanctuary, and it's definitely worth keeping an eye out for them. And last but not least, there are the strongholds. In every major region in the game you will find a few of these, and they are some of the most important renown objectives. They give you a lot of points, but in addition to that, they can unlock new waypoints around the world, or new dungeons, new town hubs, and new side quests. So within these strongholds you have to complete several objectives, fight the boss at the end, and then cleanse the place and transform it into a new hub. So while the renown system is designed to actually give you a lot of freedom in what you complete, because you don't actually have to do all side content to finish it. It's more like you can do a few dungeons here, a few side quests there, explore, and look around.
Okay, interesting.
And you're
Very interesting.
fine completing most of the renown.
I like that.
Pretty early, but those strongholds are quite important.
So I think what he's saying there, from what I understand, is there's not going to be A to Z that you have to complete to reach said renown level. There's going to be more in addition, so you don't have to complete all of them. You can just go around and complete the ones you want, for example. Maybe you'll find a more optimal path. I'm sure people are going to be creating guides like that, down the line, and I think that's great. I like that. It leaves it a little more open and flexible.
And you definitely want to do them when you can, especially the extra dungeons.
Nice quality of life changes by Blizzard.
Completing strongholds can be very impactful. The world of Sanctuary is massive.
Dang,
you have to travel
that was a lot of altars.
in some cases to reach your destination. So the more waypoints you have unlocked, the better, because it reduces your travel time whenever you want to go to another place. My personal recommendation is that you complete these renown objectives early on, so that you can free up the time later to jump into the endgame activities once you reach the higher levels. Of course, first complete the campaign. This is really important, at least once. But outside of that, whenever you start another character, for example, you want to make sure that you finish these renown objectives. And as I mentioned, they are shared between your characters, so you can go to one zone and complete everything there with one character, and then go to another with your second character. Finally, as you explore,
that's probably what I'll be doing.
You also come across local events regularly. These are just some small little events that pop up everywhere in the world. They are indicated by an orange circle on the map, and you can just go there and complete them in like 1 or 2 minutes or so. Usually these events have some small objectives like defending an NPC from enemies, fighting off a wave of monsters, or destroying a structure while enemies come to attack you. In some cases you may find other players already working on the event, and you can jump straight in and help them out and complete it together. These events are quite valuable. They give you a bunch of loot, there's a chest at the end, and a mastery objective that if you do a good performance, you get even more rewards. So usually this means that you have to defeat enemies very quickly, or you have to keep the NPCs alive, so that there is an incentive to do well. And if you manage to do that, you get a bunch of loot, maybe a good chance for a legendary, and you get obols that you can spend at the Purveyor of Curiosities to gamble for items that also often yield legendaries. To sum it all up again, you want to do the campaign at the very least once on your first character, but you have the option to choose which acts you're going for first, and you can also just go and explore and do renown objectives on the way whenever you like. But make sure that you finish it at least somewhat reasonably early, so that you unlock the higher endgame difficulties. Then you have the renown system. This gives you rewards for one-time completions of, for example, dungeons, side quests.
And the world is huge. Seriously, it's big.
So make sure you complete
It's big.
strongholds whenever you find them, because they can unlock more.
There's a lot to do in this game, for sure.
Quests along the way.
People are
Have them all in the
worried
end.
about that. I
The
don't
renown
think that
system
should be
is
a
shared
worry.
between your characters, so you can go to different areas of the world with different characters, or complete it all.
Again,
on your
wow,
first
that's a
character
beautiful looking
to then
sorceress.
boost your ults much more
Sexy.
quickly later on. And lastly, always keep an eye out for those random local events that you can find anywhere.
Yeah, I like
in the
doing
world.
those.
They
I
are
like
quite
doing those.
rewarding,
Yeah.
both in loot and XP. I really hope you enjoyed this guide, and I wish you good luck when you're starting out in Diablo 4. If you're curious in any more of my own content, I do have my own Twitch and YouTube channels with a lot of regular uploads. Stay tuned for more guides here, and I'll see you guys in Sanctuary.
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. I mean, I don't think so. I'm not planning to. I haven't done it. I'm not going to pay the extra 20. It's fine, you know. So, honestly, it's Blizzard's doing good. Having content creators like him making these videos, I think it's very positive for the community. It's hype. It's good. It's enjoyable, and I'm excited, guys. I'm getting there. You know, I'm finishing up some stuff I'm doing and whatnot because I don't want to have really anything on my plate, game wise or project wise, when this game drops. But because I know it's gonna happen. That's all I'm gonna play for a while. So, but yeah, no, this is good. This is good. So nice. Stay tuned for more. We'll be back when there's more. I'm sure there's gonna be more. Next week's a stream. Unless there's something else between now and then. So have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.